Hello, ladies. Cameras. I have such a fun session planned where maybe one person will perform well. I'm not optimistic. A lot of people will fuck up, but it will be great. So we're going over negative rapport. Does anybody have any guesses on what we're doing today? Because we do have to wait for some people to join. So what are your guesses?
Gonna try and practice negative report, I assume.
Huh?
We're gonna practice negative report on each other, something along those lines, I assume.
Good. Good. Yeah, pretty much it, but more specific, but that's fine. Wonderful. So let's wait for one more person to come in. Uh, I take it I don't have to explain what negative rapport is to any of you guys. No.
A
Wonderful.
refresh is always welcome.
Useless. So, Marcus, the Grand Buffet would like a refresh on what negative rapport is. Please, what is it?
Negative report, make the prospect feel like shit.
Go further.
Give him or her data that they will just feel like they're not doing the homework.
Wonderful. It's okay. But on to the fun thing. Oh, we're getting people to join. So, today, Abu Bakr, turn on your camera. Now, the goal here, you will know that you are the most successful person when you have got the other person on the call, the person you're going up against, to leave the call. Yes, that is the attempt here. So, does this make sense? So, to play this game properly, you will be put up against one person. They're allowed to ask all the questions they want. You must be as honest as possible. And you need to trigger them, get them to their core, and the goal is to get them to leave the call. Make sense? Now, the fact is, all of you guys are going to be really shit at this because you're all way too nice of human beings. All right? You probably hold the door open for women and don't check out their ass out of respect. Or in Marcus's case, yeah, guys, but yeah, you get my point. All right, wonderful. So let's kick it off. Who do I insult the most on this call? Would you guys say? Who gets the worst of it?
Dio.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. I think he's quite nice with me.
Marcus, who would you say gets abused the most? Honestly,
Mansoor is not there.
who's not here?
Mansoor.
Really? He's
I
making me think I'm way too nice to you
No,
guys.
no,
I'm
no.
gonna fucking like crank it the fuck up. You know?
Oh, no, 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 no. JB, Black Lives Matter.
Cool. So on that note, Black Lives Matter. You can go first. Please pick your victim.
Yeah. I'll go with Francesco.
Wonderful. So
Oh.
just to highlight, your goal is to ask him questions, get to his insecurities, find out all of the fucking hidden trauma behind those glasses, and make him feel pain. I want him to be sweating by the time you're finished.
And then we do vice versa.
No, then you pick your next victim. And if you want, you can pick the black man again. But your decision.
Is there a context for this? Because on the sales call, the context is aimed at their business, and you try and tie it as to why their business is failing. So is a no, are we just free for all with make them
So
try like,
every single person here has an insecurity. Their insecurity is a reflection on how they see themselves. The only reason they see themselves that way is through their own actions and own livelihood. They innately will blame themselves. As such, that's what we're targeting. Go for it.
Francesco, tell me a bit about yourself.
I'm a man. I live in Italy, specifically in Turin. I don't know if you know the football club Juventus, and I frequent university here in Turin. It's called the Politecnico of Torino, and I study here math engineering.
And what made you decide to join this lovely program?
I wanted to know more about entrepreneurship, and I thought this was a very good option for me.
So is it more of a backup plan for you? Is it something that you plan to do alongside your engineering course? I mean, engineers do pretty well, so I'm just trying to figure out what made you decide to come to this entrepreneurship. Is it perhaps family struggles, something you want to help out with? What's the connection?
Yeah, it's many things. Like I don't plan to do an 9 to 5 jobs in the future, and yeah, for me the only option was entrepreneurship.
Okay. And well, you're aware that entrepreneurship is not easy. So what made you think that this was the right choice? I mean, there's different ways to go about not having to do a 9 to 5.
This is fucking painful. It's like a fucking pub conversation or a bar conversation. It's fucking shit. Absolute dog shit. All right. Terrible. Francesco, go pick a person. The goal is to
Di-
make the other person sweat and stutter.
Dio.
Let's go.
Why you live in a so tiny room?
Huh?
Why do you live in a so tiny room?
How are you so sure my room is tiny? You only see so much from it.
I can see the walls and that you have a bed at the
Okay,
bottom.
do you want me to make a home tour or what?
Just think that is small.
Okay.
So you are a young boy.
Yeah, by the looks of it.
uh, a tiny little mouse.
A tiny little mouse.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh, whatever, okay.
You can't even get a 15-year-old to sweat. Understand, that is the level of use. Dio, pick a target.
Mm-mm-mm. Marcus.
Yes,
Marcus, how old are you?
I'm 35.
35. Wow. Okay, so out of curiosity, w- what did you graduate from? I assume you have been to university. What did you graduate with?
Marketing communication.
Oh, okay. So I'm curious, have you had a 9 to 5 before that, or did you, follow entrepreneurship?
I've always had a 9 to 5 job.
So you still have one.
Yeah, I still have one.
Okay. So are you doing, you've joined this program, right? So I'm curious, are you doing, the agency thing on the side, or is it, going to become a focus in the future, or, just curious about your plans?
Yes, actually, my plan is to eventually quit my 9 to 5 job and just work on the agency.
Sure, but what do you mean eventually? Because it seems like you're not too sure you're gonna succeed with the agency. Because if of course, that 9 to 5 always gives that security. So I'm curious, is it that you don't think the agency think will work out, or that you just want to have the 9 to 5 for stability?
Okay, deal, you're dog shit. Better than the previous dog shit, but you're comparing dog shit to
Still dog
dog
shit,
shit.
yeah.
Still dog shit. Yeah, well done. Marcus,
Okay, good. Let's see. Abu Bakar.
Let's go.
Let's go. So, what's something people often misunderstand about you?
very good. Very good. Carry on.
Yeah, I think from first appearance, I think a lot of people think I'm intimidating just because where I live and what I look like.
Intimidating. And you use this in a competitive way, like
No, I don't like being seen like that.
okay, like in a sales call. Do
Mhm.
do you handle the sales call like in an intimidate angle?
No, not really. I wouldn't like to fully be intimidating, but no.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna change the question.
Okay.
What do you think separates truly successful people from those who struggle?
Um,
How the fuck would he?
drive,
Try, you said.
drive.
Drive.
How much they try.
So how much you drive?
Like how driven you are, how much you try,
Oh,
how
yeah,
much you do things. Yeah.
that's a question for you.
What do you mean?
He's saying, how hard do you try? Are you driven?
Oh, how hard do I try? I'd say I'm could improve.
In the job you're doing for the agency, you were trying hard.
Yeah, to an extent.
How many cold calls you do a day?
When I can, I get to do around 100 a day. But that's
Honestly,
not.
guys, like it sounds like if I left you all in a room together, you'd all jerk each other off given enough time. Genuinely, that's the vibe I'm getting. Like you just entered like some mental masturbation session so far, thus far. Has anybody sweat or anyone here sweating thus far? Does someone want to give it another go? Or would you guys like to see an example?
Could I see an example first?
Wonderful. Abu Bakr, are you proud? Are you proud when you look in the mirror?
I think I am now, yes.
Okay, good. Who are you doing this for? Your mom or your dad?
As in my
Entrepreneurship. Are you doing it for yourself or other people?
a bit both, but for now myself.
What aspects do you need the most work on
In what sense?
when it comes to your journey on entrepreneurship? Which part are you worse in? What is your lacking point? What is your weakness?
I'm clueless with all the systems and stuff.
So you think systems are the reason to why you aren't where you are?
No,
So why say that? Are you trying to lie or hide? Like, what's happening? What's your weak point?
I'd say my weak point is utilizing all the time I have.
So you're a fuck around.
A little bit, yeah.
So why are you wasting your time trying to do entrepreneurship if you just fuck around with your time? Like, do you actually give a shit?
Of course I do.
So why do you fuck around with your time? How does the two work?
I don't know.
With the you retarded that you don't know.
They don't work.
So why the fuck do you do them? Come on, you're a grown man. Answer the question. It's not very difficult. Why do you fuck around with your time? Why do you waste your time when you tell other people that you're trying hard, or you at least pretend to be trying hard? Why do you fuck around? If your son watched you on your journey, would he be proud to call you his father?
Not entirely.
So why the fuck are you trying? Like,
Mm.
I'm sure you want to make your kids proud one day, right?
Yeah, of course.
So why'd you fuck around? Like, who are you lying to?
Yeah, I'm lying to myself, I guess.
It's a bit stupid, isn't it? What do you mean you're lying to yourself? If you acknowledge that you
And
fuck up your time, you're not lying to yourself. So what's happening here? You acknowledge your
true.
incompetence and laziness. So, like, what, you think you deserve more?
I don't think I deserve more, but
So why the fuck are you trying to be an
from that
entrepreneur?
sense,
This is why you're trying to be an entrepreneur. Like, you have to work hard to be an entrepreneur. You're not working hard, so why waste your time?
mm,
No, let's look at it. If you're not willing to work hard for your own business, when you get clients, you're not going to give a fuck about their business. Or have you lied to yourself saying once you get clients, you're going to pull your thumb out your ass?
I'm not saying I don't try. It's just sometimes I stray off and get distracted.
More like a woman.
I guess so.
I'm just a bit confused. How's your relationship status?
I'm talking to someone.
Are they attractive?
Yeah,
I guess it's relative, isn't it? What do you think they like about you?
I think they like how I think they think I'm funny. I think they think I'm attractive, and everything else they just like my personality, who I am.
So you're a fat person who's got a funny personality, and that's why they're attracted to you.
No, I'm not fat.
But you've got the same thing with fat people. You're funny. You didn't really describe anything else. Like, what else is there attractive about you?
But I guess that's for them to decide.
Are you unable to have an objective opinion on how you're better than other men around you?
No,
So what's the opinion? Like, what value do you have to offer? What do you bring to the table? What makes you better than others out there?
I'm not sure how to answer that, to be honest.
You'd assume someone who's unable to answer that. It correlates with the fuck around with waste time kind of vibe. Do you tell her that you're working on your own business? Like, do you tell her that lie as well?
Technically, yes.
Interesting. I'm sure she's very proud of you working on your business when you don't really work on your business, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel good? Like the positive reinforcement when someone says that you're trying really hard when you know you're not. Like
No, it doesn't.
she's probably looking at you like, yeah, he's this and he's that, and like other people. But the truth is, your thumb's in your eye.
It's a good point.
So you like lying to chicks in order to come across as attractive? So why do you do it?
See, I try not to lie. I try to dull it down.
You try to dull down your lying.
No, I'm honest in what I do.
So do you tell her when you don't do much work? Or that you don't do much work and that you sometimes waste time on Instagram, YouTube, Pornhub, all this kind of dumb shit?
Yes, I don't watch porn.
No, but you tell her that you waste your time stupidly?
I'm honest. I'll tell her I've been a bit lazy today.
Does she make you feel better afterwards? Like, do you guys like talk about your feelings and stuff?
Mm, no, actually, she kind of tells me I should do better in a nice way, like I do for her.
So you're getting advice from a woman, yeah? On how to be a man?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
How does it? Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now,
Would have left by now.
pardon?
Would have left the call by now.
Would you?
Probably.
Did you feel uncomfortable?
Yes.
Sweating?
A little bit.
There the fuck we go. I didn't. I honestly thought I was doing terrible. I was like, come on, we got to get better angles here. Cool. Abu Bakr, pick a target.
Um, I'll go Dio.
Okay, I'm going to give an example with Dio on the route that Francesco went down. Francesco said, "You've got a small room." Yes. My next comment would be, "Is it because Daddy's poor?" Yes. And I would have gone down that fucking road and pushed hard like a motherfucker.
Mhm. Do you want me to go down that route or should I just?
I don't give a fuck. But look, you know you're doing well when you're sweating a little bit. When you're feeling pressure, that's when you know you're doing well.
Mhm. So Dio, when did you start with this entrepreneurial route?
Mm, guess something like a year and a half ago.
A year and a half ago, and how's your agency going for you then?
Yeah, so agency wasn't the whole thing really. Started with
Right.
dropshipping, failed miserably, didn't have the courage to continue. Then started to develop the so-called high income skills and then decided to start an agency like 8, 9 months ago. No, I
Hmm.
guess 7, 8. Doesn't really matter.
Oh, 7, 8 months ago. So you must have a few clients by now then, yes?
Yeah.
And you getting paid well?
Well, I personally believe that in the beginning you should be training more on how exactly relationships work between, agency owner, client, all that stuff. So for me, it's really about learning, not earning so much in the beginning stages, but of course it's okay to scale, profit all that stuff.
Hmm. So you look young. You must go to school as well, right?
Yeah, I do.
It must be hard balancing these two aspects of life.
But I do quite well, yeah.
How old are you?
15.
Oh, so you live with your parents, correct?
Yeah,
Both of them?
yeah.
Oh, cool. Well,
Okay, Abu Bakr, if you
yeah.
were smart, you would have heard that second yup that he did had an inflection and went high for a second. What it meant is parents is the way forward.
Okay.
Could be wrong, but it's very specific. You have to look at triggers when you say specific words, and then you look at it and you're like, calm, trigger. Like what you're searching for is triggers. Okay, Dio, if he went down the parents route, do you think he could get you uncomfortable?
I like to think my mentality is on point, but can't say.
Okay, Dio, pick a target.
Again, uh, let's do Francesco. Yeah.
Wonderful, Francesco.
So, Francesco, tell me, what do you identify as your biggest weak point right now?
I'm not independent financially
You're not independent financially. What do you think causes this?
because I live with my parents, and my parents always cares about the money of mine.
Okay, so how old are you again?
Now I'm 20.
Okay, so you're 20, you live with your parents, and you want to get financially independent. Okay? Okay,
Mhm.
so what have you done so far to become financially independent? Tell me.
I decided to join this mentorship and start an agency of mine.
Okay, fair enough. So how long have you been doing this for?
Okay, what you want to ask him is, given the fact that you're 20 and in the position that you're still in, do you think your father's proud to call you his son?
Yeah.
Yes, and you go down like that type of route. So ask him that.
Yeah. So Francesco, given that you're 20 and still living with your parents, would you say that your father would be proud with who you are and what you've achieved so far?
Yeah,
Why?
because as I said, my parents
Because
think about me doing money after graduation, having a job. So this thing that I'm doing is like extra for me.
So the response that you want to give there, as soon as he says, yeah, they're happy with me, you then say, so they have low standards because currently a 15-year-old is outperforming you,
Okay.
right? Then all of a sudden you've said that to him. Now he's going to start sweating because you've said that his parents that he's holding as a standard is very low standard. And then you compare yourself to him, which is going to add pressure.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. And then you want to hit him with assuming that your father's happy. He's most likely also a disappointment like yourself. So let's not use that as a comparative. Let's ask about you now. When you look in the mirror, are you proud of yourself? Right. So what you've done is shot, shot, shot. Now let's target you. I put a lot of pressure and I've said things that will get a reaction from you. Right. So we've got some heat. Now let's go. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
All right. Okay. Francesco, please.
Mansour,
Good.
hey Mansour, where do you live? Because I see the background is all white.
Well, to be honest, I love the whiteness.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Again,
Yeah,
He said he loves the white.
okay. So Mansour, how old are you right now?
well, now around 24.
And why you joined this mentorship?
Well, it's kind of side hustle because I don't really believe in the traditional path.
And so what's wrong with the path, like the traditional path? What does it change?
Well, I believe the main drawback is the freedom that if you go the normal path, you won't really have any kind of freedom. So that's why.
Francesco, you are useless. Mansour, pick somebody. The one
Uh,
thing, Francesco, every question you asked, you already have the answer. Why are you in the program? To get clients and service the clients. Why are you doing entrepreneurship? The same fucking reason everyone here is fucking doing. You're burning questions.
Mm.
All right, Mansour, do you understand what we're doing?
Not really. I
Your
would appreciate some
your goal
explain.
is to make you pick somebody on the call and you make them sweat. That is the goal here. Doesn't have to be about business. Pick somebody, make them sweat.
The Grand Buffet.
So
How are you, brother? How's it going?
keeping an eye on yourself, brother. Keeping an eye on
Yeah.
yourself.
Nice, nice. How's it been for you the last 3 years?
The last 3 years.
Yeah. What was like your main focus, or what have you done? What is your main achievement in the past 3 years?
Studies, work, combination of the both.
Well, could you identify like one thing that you proud of yourself that you did in the past?
In the past 3 years specifically.
Yeah.
I got a job overseas. That's something I'm pretty proud of, I suppose.
And what are your plans for future?
Long term or short term?
Like the long term for the next 3 years?
Can't say I've thought that far. I'm a person who likes to focus on the now rather than that far out front. Yeah,
And are you living alone?
I am.
Could you just give me like your main weak point, or like something that you're really insecure about?
Something I'm insecure about.
Something that like you feel bad about, like, so to speak. Like, do you have any issues now in your life? Do you face any difficulties? Any challenges?
None that I can think of. The Lord has blessed me. I'm doing pretty well, I'd say.
Why do you think that?
Okay. J JB, any sweat?
No,
Well, JB, tell me about your parental situation.
my parental situation, what
Yeah.
particular aspect are you looking for?
Anything different about your situation than the average person's?
I was adopted. That's about it. That's different to the average person, I suppose.
Well, is that the case where mommy and daddy don't love you and they give you to somebody else?
I know the opposite. I would say they love me enough to realize that they wouldn't be able to provide and someone else would be able to do a better job.
Is that what you told yourself to get yourself to sleep better at night?
No, it's a revelation I had from the Lord.
What do you mean?
I'm a man of faith, been growing my faith in the Lord.
Is it faith or
I'm
hope?
a Muslim, I'm Christian. I have a very good relationship with the Lord. I speak to him regularly. And one of the
So
many
mommy,
topics. Yeah.
so do you tell yourself before you go to bed, mommy and daddy left for a reason? It's all in God's plan.
No, because it's not something that I think about. I mean, this is the first time I've had to think about it since probably a young child, I would say.
Did you ignore the feelings? Did they hurt too much?
And I was too busy doing well in life, enjoying the things that I was blessed with.
Did you wish that every time you did well, mommy and daddy were there to see it?
No, because my mother, which I was blessed with, who took me in, was there to see it, to say I did well, to be happy for me.
And at all points, you're telling me that was enough.
Well, life is as simple as you make it, eh? I mean, if you overcomplicate it,
Yeah, that's a good deflection, but I'm sure at some points you wish they were there, right?
realistic, I honestly can't say I do. My mom did a very good job to make me feel loved and
To make up for the loss.
not make up for the loss. It's if let me put it in how can I put it? It's a case scenario of it's a different if you knew your parents and then you got adopted, then sure, I'm sure you would feel a bit more. But in my case, I was 2 months old, so I never the first person I probably knew was my adoptive parents. So to them to me is like your normal parents. There's nothing I don't get to think about to like, oh, I had someone else. They were the first and the only one. So it's kind of a bit of a tricky situation there.
And do you have an adoptive father?
No, I don't.
Why?
As far as I know, my mother, I believe she married once and then he got divorced short after, and yeah, stayed single ever since.
So does that count as two daddies who left or what?
No, I can't say. Never knew the guy. That was before my time. That was before my mom even decided to adopt us.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, similar situation to the first. Can't say I would feel anything because I never knew the bloke.
So you don't feel anything at all. It's a bit psychopathic.
Well, I mean, it's hard to feel something towards people that you don't know. So Santa Claus died today, and I told you, you feel something. You were like, I don't know the guy. Nothing to do with me.
I feel like this is a coping mechanism.
I don't. If that's how you see it, sure. I think my point is pretty valid.
Okay, fine. I wasn't able to find that many entry points, so you did quite good with all of that. How did that feel?
You did poke very well, but I've mastered the art of deflection as you've taught us.
Art of coping. Wonderful. JB, pick somebody.
Shit at this. Who's here? I'll take Marcus.
Yes.
Marcus, do you have a partner, a spouse?
I have yes, I have a boyfriend.
And how long have you been together?
Actually, I've been together my first relationship 14 years, and then now a new one, 1 year.
1 year, right? And what do they do, if I may ask?
He's a lawyer.
He's a liar, all right? And this
Lawyer.
oh, a lawyer. Oh, my bad, my bad. He's a lawyer. And what was the reason that he chose you?
No, you're going down the wrong angle. You've got a 14-year relationship. The first comment you need to make is, did he cheat on you? Yeah. You want to poke holes because there's a lot of emotions with a 14-year relationship.
So, did he cheat on you? A 14-year relationship.
No, we did not.
Did you cheat on him?
No, I did not. We just saw that we were in different we had different aspects in life after 14 years. We just became friends. That's it.
Then you hit him with a good thing that you guys can't have kids. Yeah. Because that, no matter, that hits you in the feels automatically. All right. Because that's straight up target, straight up. I've gone for the jugular, disarm him, carry on. Marcus, did you feel a certain way when I said that?
Yeah, but it was something that I was going to reply like, yes, it's not expensive to be gay in this kind of not having kids. Divorce and separation costs less.
Then
I didn't expect it. I actually didn't expect it.
you hit that one, especially when neither man is making money. Now, on to my next question. Then you go further. Right? You disarm, you go, you go, you go. You assume trigger points. Look at a person and it's like Abu Bakr. My question would be, how does it feel to be neither white or black?
It was kind of great.
So
I agree.
what the fuck do you mean? You're 11:59 p.m. on the fucking clock scale. Only thing darker than you, JB, is midnight. Uh, oh, okay, that's fine. Let's go with Marcus. Attack Abu Bakr.
So, Babaka, Why did you choose to run an agency?
Okay, gentlemen, let's stay away from business because it's
Okay.
right. I'll give you a simple clue. Abu Bakr is neither white. Abu Bakr is one parent white, one parent black. What that's going to do is that would have given him an identity crisis. To what extent, I'm not too sure. But fundamentally, he wouldn't fully fit in with all crowds. Right? Then we want to find out, does it come from a rich family or a poor family? Is he surrounded by the blacks or the whites? Now, granted, that was an extreme stereotype, which I partially take back. Yes. But that's a route that you want to go down. You have to look at a person, you have to assume and go with your assumption. Make sense?
Quite hard, but let's go. Backup, having white and black people in your family, have you ever felt like you were not, you were like overprotected as a child?
No, I think I was fine. The place I grew up, everyone was very accepting of me.
They are both alive, your parents? You have both mother and
Yeah, they're still kicking.
are they happy with you, like the person you are becoming?
They're overjoyed.
Okay. So we go a bit more for the goal is to trigger. So as an example, I would ask him, Abu Bakr, so your father, is he white or black?
My father's black.
Surprised he's still in the picture.
Funny you say that.
Yeah. What I've done, I've said something, throws him off. Yes. So his whatever tangent he's on, he's now thrown off. Right? I can look at how his reaction to that, and I can then double down. If I've get a reaction, cool. I've got to fuck off somewhere else. All right. Now, pause. Can somebody explain to me the point of this exercise? I want to see if anyone here understands what we're doing.
Like trying to find pain points of the prospect.
Can you get someone's insecurities and bring them to light? Yes. Other than rephrasing the fucking title. Yes. What are we doing here today?
Maybe trying to get ready to handle objection. Maybe for the next step of the call, that is handling objections.
Well, the next step of the call is presentations, not objection handling. This is specific to negative rapport.
I would say we're practicing to get comfortable asking uncomfortable questions to try and get those negative.
That would apply if anyone has done any goodness on this call when it comes to being uncomfortable, making others uncomfortable. The purpose of this is the first point, what JB said, being comfortable in discomfort, right? Being in a hot, heated situation and saying stuff, right, that will make the other person feel uncomfortable, such as, like, do you even care? Then the prospect says, of course I care. And then you tell them, but you haven't signed any deals. What are you doing? Which is slightly uncomfortable thing to say, right? The second thing that I'm trying to get you guys to learn and see is looking at a person and thinking, what is your pain points? What can I target? What can I get you to twitch? I need to be able to read you and think, cool, how can I make you uncomfortable? The fact is, if you can read someone and make them uncomfortable, you can read someone and make them very comfortable. You can make them love you, you can make them hate you, but you need to be able to know what you're doing. Does this make sense?
Are there any tips for reading people, or do we go, for example, Abu Bakr looks black, so you go with the stereotypical things that might associate with black people, or is there any other?
So the main key points, I'm very limited. I can look at Abu Bakr's face and I've got his background. In your case, I don't have your background. In Dio's case, I've got a background. Like it all depends on that. Right? And then what I'm going to do is it's literally character assassination. Right? As an example, Dio is young. That means lack of experience when it comes to women. socializing, being out there in the world, right? Complete opposite would be Marcus. So I can make assumptions there. Then let's go for Mansour. He's from an Arab nation. What that means is he should be married. Mansour, are you married? Wonderful. Gonna target the shit out of him just for that. Right? You're gonna look at someone, you're gonna ask very specific questions, and then with those specific questions, you learn a lot about it. Right? And to the exact opposite, because I can find out where Mansour is for and ask him a few questions. I can then make him like me by talking very specific things on the topics that relates to him. Yes. Okay. So we have 14 more minutes. Who wants to give it another go on somebody? Or who wants to try and make me feel uncomfortable? Wonderful. Let's go with 2 versus 1. Let's do Abu Bakr and Marcus versus JB.
Marcus, feel free to start.
Yeah. Fuck.
Marcus, I think he's flirting with you by letting you go first. I'm unsure. Abu Bakr, he has a boyfriend.
No, that's not that. It's just I'm trying to get it back in the same personal questions instead of business ones.
Well, you currently know that he was adopted, left by both fucking parents. New dad didn't fucking stick around. He wasn't good enough for that, right? And the last one pretends to love him. He also lives in a third world nation. His skin color is 11:59 p.m., so he's definitely faced discrimination in the past.
11:45.
Huh?
11:45. I don't
Yeah,
know if
you
it's
fucking
Michael Blackson. He's definitely the
no,
next shade.
no, you fucking
Michael
lied to me.
Blackson is
You're his
definitely the
cousin. You're
next
his fucking
shade, I will
cousin.
argue.
You're his first fucking cousin. Yes.
You clearly have been away from your homeland for too long. I think you need to come
Honestly,
back and visit.
I don't like my homeland. Other parts of Africa, I like it. Angola, no.
Too many blacks.
So,
You want to be to make your parents happier.
parent.
I want to make my parents happier.
Happy.
My mom is plenty happy already, I would say.
Yeah, let's say you succeed in life and everything goes well for you. What would you do for your parents?
Honestly, there's not much that I can do for my parents. My mom is not a very materialistic person, very spiritual person. She's achieved a lot in her life. She's gone a lot of places, seen a lot of stuff, done a lot of stuff. So realistically, I don't actually think there's much I would be able to offer for her with things that I would be gaining from being successful, as the world would say. So if there's anything I can offer her, yeah.
You wouldn't offer anything for her if you make like millions of thousands of dollars in a year.
I can put the offer, but I can tell you right now, she would not take it.
Okay. And the contrary, if you fail in everything you do, how she would feel?
Well, you need to define fail.
Not succeeding, not having the money you want, not having the life you want.
Yeah, let's say the entrepreneurship route doesn't go well for you and you're stuck in a 9 to 5 job, you won't be able to spend as much time with her. She must have given you a lot as she is a single parent. And did you mention before you have siblings?
Yes, I do have siblings. I have a sister.
So she must have worked really hard for you too. So
Good. Ask him the good question.
Oh, well, not funny thing enough is my mother is on the older side of the scale. So my mother is retired. So there's not so much as we got adopted in the later stage of her life, the end of her career. So to say that she's worked hard for us is not doesn't entirely fit the description in the sense that she's worked, she got to the end of her career, and then we came along. And then if you're single and you have a lot of money and you've worked and you've acquired some children now.
So just to understand you, if you, let's say you were a very rich man, entrepreneur, making thousands of money, you would give nothing for your mother.
She's
mean-
rich. He just said she's rich and she doesn't like money because she's spiritual.
Okay, so okay, yeah, I got it. But it's for me, it's like you were abandoning your mother, just like you were like when you were a child.
That couldn't be more wrong. I mean, yeah, that I don't know how to even answer that. My mother is probably the person who loves me the most. My mother knows that I would do anything for her, but like you said, in terms of entrepreneurial, becoming something and making money, that wouldn't benefit. Or I mean, like any mother, she wishes the best for me, but me making millions and me making thousands is not going to affect what I can do for that she would appreciate. So the same thing that I'm doing now, I would do then, and it will bring the similar amount of love from her. Does that make sense?
The one, Marcus, well done for the one good sentence today. It was weakly used, but it was used nonetheless. Abu Bakr, you needed to go down the route. Imagine, like, she adopted you, gave you everything, and because she's old, she might die before you make anything of yourself. So she found you as useless and left you as you being useless. How would that feel?
Mhm.
You know, someone picked you from the crowd and you didn't show why or have any actual benefit or use. You know, people left you, someone found you, you did jack shit, they died. That's not very cool, is it? Right? That's the route that you should have gone down. Grandma Faye, if you went down that route, could that have been effective?
It would have been more effective than the ones they previously asked, yeah, for sure.
Very cool. Guys, the goal here is not to make you into cunts. It's to have the ability to be a cunt when you want to. Yes, the best thing is to be a wolf in sheep's clothing rather than sheep in fucking wolf's clothing, which all of you are. Yes, the only partial cunt that I see here is JB occasionally. Yes, but I don't know, it's because he's slightly feminine or he can sometimes be rude. Undecided why I see him as a cunt sometimes. All right. Does anyone have any questions in regards to what we've done today? All of you need to fucking practice.
How should we practice this?
So it's by studying people. It's by looking at an individual and making it I want to call it character assassination, but you put them into categories that you create in your own head and then you reverse engineer. Cool. You have purple hair. That likely means that you have this, and this, right? Or you're part of this group or you identify with this group. What pisses off that group? Right? You are obese. Yes, obese people fucking easy, right? Like the list of what we can assume are their issues, clear as fucking daylight, right? So we can make character assumptions on that, right? And you have to understand, if you can see someone's insecurity, you can make them hate you or love you very quickly, right? Because insecurity is very much tied to who a person is and what they hide from the world, right?
I have a
One
question.
pair.
Our goal is to make them, I think, love us to get a client, right? Because this is nice, but you know, we can just make them more defensive and resentful. Just trying.
No. The goal, so this exercise, like you're not meant to get your prospects to hate you. Yes, It's the ability to read people and read triggers and go where you need to go.
Okay.
Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Right? Like, if I asked you guys to fucking compliment each other, I'm sure you can all do a fucking wonderful job, whether it's useful or not useful. Right? But the fact is, the proper exercise is to go the complete opposite. Because if you can make someone feel hyper insecure, you can make someone feel hyper secure. Correct? Right? Because all that, it's the exact same thing. It's I'm pinpointing what are your insecurities and then deciding what to do with that. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Wonderful. Any other questions?
Like we make assumption, right? But like they must be assumption, like not like real thing. Like when you make a assumption, like you think that that's not really the thing, the reality, right?
No, I will make an assumption and I will test the assumption by saying something and seeing if I get a reaction.
Okay, so it's more for testing. Okay, okay.
Yes. As an example, let's say I'm going on a date with a chick, or I have to plan a date, right? And I think she likes this, but I'm unsure. So I have a gut feeling. Let me speak about this in another type of topic, gauge a reaction. Based on that, I will know. I've assumed something, I've put out a sentence, right? Which will get a reaction if it is important.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Okay, so it's always about getting more information.
Yes. And then utilizing that information. The fact is, all of you guys are uncomfortable making people feel uncomfortable, which is going to make your life a lot more fucking uncomfortable. Wonderful. So if anyone wants to keep practicing, I'm doing this all fucking day. Yeah, so feel free to join the fucking next one as we carry this on. If not, yeah, Hakuna Matata, been a pleasure. And are you all booked into your next session? Wonderful.
Well done.
Let's do it.